What's real hip-hop? Some of y'all forgot. Make you lose your cool as soon as the beat drop. What's real hip-hop? Some of y'all forgot. Run DMC, Beastie Boys, Tupac. What's real hip-hop? Some of y'all forgot. Used to rhyme clever lyrics and nobody got shot. What's real hip-hop? Some of y'all forgot. Now dance to the knowledge rhythm, listen, I drop.
With 2 turntables and a microphone, I turn up as soon as the mic comes on.
This is your boy Big Business, and we're here live with What's Real Hip Hop. You see the panel we got. We're here with some brand expanders. What's a brand expander? Glad you asked. People who are not willing to settle for the status quo. They're a double or triple threat, doing it big. They can't just act, they act and sing. They might write plays, they throw events, they DJ, and they're doing it big. And you're with Big Business? Tune into this episode. What's going on? This is your boy Big Business, and we are back, man. I got my man D. Cole in the building, man. What you chewing on over there? Looks kind of tasty.
Oh, man, I got this barbecue chicken right now. That's what I'm on right now. So.
No doubt, no doubt. DJ's Barbecue in the building, you know, so if you need some catering or anything of that nature, be sure to hit him up. He's going to be on the episode as well. So what are we talking about today? We're talking about expanding your brand. Expanding your brand is something that we all have to do because we can't be a jack of just one trade. On this panel, we have people who are doing multiple things to expand themselves and to be lucrative in this new millennium. A lot of people can't make the money they want by just one job. And people have side jobs. I didn't say side hustles, I said side jobs because they out here working, okay? So what I'm gonna do is let them introduce themselves and tell you something about what they're doing right now to expand their brand. I'm gonna start with ladies first, to my left-hand side.
What's going on, you guys? This is White Chocolate. I'm the founder of BayLife Entertainment magazine. I do radio personality. I'm the co-host on the Shizzle Show. I do everything. I do everything.
We'll talk more about that in a minute.
Most definitely.
Coming back to my man on the right.
All right. Hey, how y'all doing? My name is D. Cole. I'm currently working on a play called Keeping My Brother, which you can see at the Tampa Bay Theater Festival, September the 2nd. It'll be at the Carolwood Players, man. Feel free to come on through. Check that out. You can get tickets on Eventbrite / Keeping My Brother.
No doubt, no doubt. And there's more that you're doing as well. We're going to talk about that this episode. And last but not least, my man to the far left, tell him about that entertainment thing you're doing.
What's up, fam? This is your boy DJ GrandGroove, Prince Sherwood, CEO of Groove Entertainment. I am the creator of the Groove Music Festival. Every 6 months, you've probably seen it, you've probably heard of it, you've probably been there. I'm also on FUBURadio.com. I'm also on the Urban Cafe, WMNF 88.5 FM.
No doubt, no doubt. So as you can see, we got a lot of brand expanders on this episode, so we're not going to waste your time. We're going to get right into it, and it's going to be a good one. Okay, we're back, and I want to talk to my man D. Cole first because a lot of people don't know this, but he inspired partially the What's Real Hip Hop movement by being an actor and being a screenwriter. I talk with him on a regular basis about creative projects and things of that nature, and at the time 3 years ago when we were discussing doing something a little bit different, he brought the idea of, you know, how web series are created to do pilots for larger networks like the NBCs and the ABCs, and this was before Netflix was really booming like that, and it inspired me to go in the lane of hip hop because I did not see anyone doing a web series with hip hop with a live studio audience in the Tampa Bay area. And you know, I've always said it to you, I appreciate what you've inspired me to do as well. And what I want you to do is kind of share a little bit about what you're doing, but not just what you're doing today, but as well as some of the things that you faced and had to overcome to expand your brand.
That's a very interesting question. I would say the majority of everything that starts with just coming from a place of centeredness. You have to find exactly what it is, what your path is, and where it is that you actually want to go and things. I think a lot of people think about acting and writing and producing and directing and singing and all that stuff, but they don't really have a clear-cut direction in which they want to go in. So it starts with learning that first, like exactly where it is that you want to start at, and then you can just build upon that. For me, it was with acting. I started acting in 2008, and then it just grew from there. And then about 3 years ago, when we had our conversations, when I started working on my first feature-length film. It's still in the works because I started writing other stuff as well. But that's one of those things that you can always just. And sometimes it takes a while to actually get a project completed. But
absolutely. But
it's just really just finding a path, man. Starting in what direction you want to go in, and just going from there.
Okay. And a lot of times I know people are afraid to take that chance or to stumble because they don't know exactly what direction that they're going. White Chocolate, I'm going to bring it to you because in the short time, you just holding up the magazine because that's her baby, because it's a labor of hard work. How long ago did I meet you? Because this was not in publication at that point.
Nope.
You were focused on some different things.
Yep.
So in about maybe a 2-year time frame, tell us a little bit about your journey, how you went from.
Tell them how in 2 years I'm popping.
Well, I mean, let them know.
I mean, I've always been popping, but I'm popping.
You've always been popping.
Yeah,
so.
well, and just to reiterate what he was just saying, because you were saying you were trying to figure out, because I was doing the same thing. Like, I wanted to be doing something in the entertainment industry.
Right.
And I was just trying to touch and see where I wanted to be.
Right.
People were kind of pulling and pushing and trying to drag, come over here. So
right.
I started being the co-host on the Shizzle Show.
Right. Shout out to Dax. What's up?
Yeah,
What's up?
most definitely. Make sure you guys go at the Shizzle Show. Check us out. See what we got going on.
Mm-hmm.
We always have special guests and stuff like that.
But you didn't stop there now.
No.
You expanded.
I started my own record label.
Okay.
I started doing a lot of stuff. Like, I just wanted to have an open, equal opportunity just to be able to do whatever I want to do.
Right.
And then I kind of sat back and tried to see how I can be of assistance to the community, or how I can be more helpful to the community to help artists get out what they were trying to get out. And then I know Florida in particularly as a whole, I feel like we have a lot of talent in the state of Florida,
right.
but we don't get seen for what we should be getting seen for,
right.
and a lot of that comes from the foolishness.
Right.
So I think that position for White Chocolate in a whole, with my attitude and the way that I pop off, the way that I do certain things, and just the way that I move in a whole, I'm a Chicago girl, so you can't just talk to me any kind of way.
Okay.
So just with the industry, I feel like they need somebody like me
right.
to start getting, and if you look at the front of the magazine with my first issue, it says, Florida strong, we done talking. Because it's time to stop talking about what we want to do and where we can be, and shoulda, coulda, wouldas, and comparing and competing,
right.
and all the foolishness that we do in the industry, especially here in the South. So, it's time for Florida to be strong and to continue to evolve.
Yeah,
so
I don't want to make you be done talking, but
right.
I do want to connect thoughts, because sometimes people do not. Visionaries see things through a different lens. Okay,
right.
Like for example, if it's wind outside, people can see, but they're being pushed from left to right, so they don't know what direction to go.
Right.
To tie in what he was saying as far as finding your center, I can connect that with a part of me when it came to being an artist. I was not willing to sacrifice who I was as a person to do what everyone else did. And that was my center. Like, I can make that record that everybody wants to be popping, but at the end of the day, the way I started to evolve was, you can be two things. You can give the people what they want, or you can give the people what they want. And what they really want is someone who's bold enough to kind of give them something that's real and be genuine. And that's where you find that center that Cole was talking about, connecting that to what White Chocolate was doing. I personally know she's faced several barriers in what she's done. And oftentimes when you are trying to grow, what you evolve and expand your brand to is to something that you personally had a bad experience with. You know, a lot of people are have bad parents, so they wanted to be a great parent to make up for
Right,
that.
but just to reiterate on what you're saying, and that's exactly what I mean. You are a great example in the community as to a lot of these guys, and I say this a lot, and they get mad when I say it, and I don't care. You are finding your lane. A lot of these people continue to stay stuck in, like my old artist. He continued to want to do hip hop, and I told him, I don't feel like that's your lane. That shows growth, and it shows manliness. It shows that you are wanting to, you know, grow and evolve as a person.
Right.
Because if you see that something's not working for you, there's always other options.
Yeah.
You have to you know, explore those options. And a lot of people down here don't want to do that.
And what I want to tie that to what DJ GrandGroove is doing, because literally he's doing something that I don't really see a lot of people, and I'm just going to say it, people of color doing when it comes to music festivals. I just want to hear a little bit about how you were able to put that together, because like I said, I don't see a lot of people of color putting together music festivals in this area and having them be successful.
So, first and foremost, thank you for the opportunity of being here. I'm honored to be around so many, you know, deep movers and shakers in the Tampa Bay area. Not just Tampa Bay, but, you know, the Tampa Bay metro area. The Groove Music Festival is something that I came up with first and foremost because of my love for music. Mm-hmm. My love for the black, not necessarily black, but urban music culture. Mm-hmm. So one of the things that I do is I look for a number of artists in and around the Tampa Bay area that show promise. Mm-hmm. You've taken the time to record your music. You've taken the time to go into the studio. You've taken the time to go into and record music videos. Mm-hmm. Your music, first and foremost, has to be positive, because the Groove Music Festival is a demonstration of what we, as our own people, can do when we take control over our own music. We are bombarded with negativity. We are bombarded with new artists coming out day after day talking about guns, drugs, violence, you know, the B word, the H word, and that kind of stuff. Those are not necessarily elements that need to be in music. Those of you who have come to my music festival have been entertained. And you've been entertained with positive DJs. You've been entertained with positive artists, some of which who are in this room to this day, who are experiencing an extreme amount of success. Right. Because their music is positive. You don't have to include those negative elements.
And I want to interrupt for a second, because I think that sometimes when you expand your brand, you have to take risk. You have to take risk. You know, putting this cast together, I'll be honest with you, it was a risk, because we have entertainers, actors, and there's things that are put on, and I hate the overuse of the term, I'm going to make a movie. Making a movie doesn't mean you put your camera phone on and press record, okay? It's the same thing with a quality event. DJ GrandGroove's event, White Chocolate's events, his plays. Those things have to be planned meticulously, and you have to execute with aggression and passion at the same time. So it's not something that you can do just by watching someone else do it. You need to get with somebody and network. We had the business networking mixer earlier, and there were some movers in the building, and we want to work with people who are like-minded, okay? These are lions on the stage, okay? And at the end of the day, it's in Tampa, and like, you know, White Chocolate said, we're not about this talk. We're about working together and creating something.
Oh, this my jam, nigga.
Money got me brand new. Money got me brand new. Money got me brand new. Came through and got a check too. come through to brag on. Came through to get the bag on. And a compliment the swag on. So fly, jet lag on. Money got me brand new. Money got me brand new. Money got me